4P KLR.
I'm Carrie Ravel. Let's see. Can y'all hear me?
Hi, Carrie. Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome.
Hi. Great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for taking a few minutes out. We're launching into the Shred10 phase of our Shred10 program. So we've got a core crew that has been doing the Shred10 program for many years. And we always invite folks to come on along with us. I like to think of the phases, think of it in terms of phases, because we say Shred10 and sometimes you think, oh, 10 days, which, yeah, true. We can do anything for 10 days, right? But it's not just a 10-day program, it's a lifestyle program. So we take 10 days to shred bad habits and focus on building healthy habits, building healthy living habits. And there's some amazing benefits. So I actually want to share my screen. Let's see. Do I have permission? Yay, I can do that. Okay.
Yeah. Can you make Doug a co-host?
Can I make Doug a co-host? Let me see. Let me find Doug. There's Doug. Doug's a co-host. All right, awesome. So the results, this is what I really like to focus on, right? Because the doing of it is, we can kind of get stuck in that. But if we stay focused on what we're up to and what we're committed to and what we're going to get out of this, then it's that much more inspiring. So this is some of the results that people see, right? Craving more fruits and vegetables. That was a huge one for me. Moving into a healthier weight, having a better recovery from our workouts, improving our sleep and having higher energy, healthier skin and nails, and improved regularity, mental clarity. Tell me what's important to you there. Drop it into the chat. What's important to you? Give me a 1 in the chat if craving more fruits and veggies sounds like an outcome you would like to have, right? How about increased energy? Give me a 2 if you want more energy in your day. So give me a 1 if you want to crave more fruits and veggies. Give me a 2 if you want more energy in your day. Where are we at? Okay, I'm seeing lots of 1s. I'm seeing both. All right, yeah, we want it all, don't we? So just, I want to go ahead and start us out though with sharing a little bit of my story, right? So I've been with the Juice Plus company since 2006. It's an amazing company and I have benefited beyond measure from our community. I mean, talk about a community that just lifts you up and supports you no matter where you're at, whatever it is that you need, right? So that community is massive and irreplaceable. Like there's nothing like it. When I came to the company, I was, trying to figure out, I was training for the MS 150 bike tour. I was working out a lot and I knew I needed something more, but I just couldn't quite get it, right? And I was doing this like yo-yo thing. I don't know if this has ever happened for you, but what was going on for me was I'd start getting into a really solid routine and then I'd get sick. And so I'd have to stop training and I'd like fall off the wagon, right? And it was just this constant cycle back and forth, back and forth. And what I learned from this community is how important it is to be nutritionally fit. Then bring in the physical fitness, because when we bring in that physical fitness without kind of priming our body to be ready to go for all of that, it's a lot of burden. Athletes, when they train, they get injured and then, right? So if you're working out all the time, it's going to put a load on your body. And so how do we offset that, right? And so I think that's a beautiful thing about the Shred10 is that it brings all of this together. And let me get the steps, the guidelines, right? So I mentioned earlier that we shred the bad habits and focus on generating good ones. And that's, you know, I think one of the keys for us, let me see, is that the right one? There we go. Yeah. Right. So there's our guidelines, right? So one of the keys is to not worry about what you're giving up, but to focus on, okay, what do you get to add? Right. So we get to add more plant foods. We get to add our complete shakes. Chocolate. Who wants chocolate for breakfast? Hello. All right. At our complete shakes, we want to drink plenty of water. And a couple times a day, just take a moment, pause, take 10 deep breaths, right? And then get about 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, and then exercise most days. Now, what are we going to shred? We're going to reduce or eliminate caffeine and alcohol. We're going to work to not eat after 6 p.m. There's a little wiggle room there. Really what you want to think about is stop eating about 3 hours before you go to bed, okay? Eliminate processed food, right? Eliminate gluten and dairy and artificial and refined sugars, okay? So that's the how of getting those results. And so we want to take tonight to really go ahead and get together and start to prep some things out. So Doug, I know you have an awesome video to share for us. Will you go ahead and cue that up, sir?
Oh, I have that ready if you don't, Doug. You do? Okay.
Sharon's right on top of that, Rose. Thank you, Sharon, Doug, whoever got it.
Hi, awesome shredders. This is Christy Morell. I'm a registered dietitian and one of the sports dietitians at the University of Southern California. And I'm also a busy mom of 2 boys. So I wanted to give you some tips on how to kind of just juggle it all in terms of planning ahead and also having things at home that are just easily accessible that you can grab. Maybe something unexpectedly came up and you don't want to get yourself too hungry later on, and then that way you're more tempted to eat other foods. So what I always recommend to clients is that their fridge is always stocked with cut up fruits and vegetables. I love the colored carrots that you can get, the orange, the yellow, and the purple. And I come home right away from the store and peel them and cut them up and put them in a container with a little bit of water, and it stays very, very fresh, and it's amazing. And that's something you can just pop the top, grab a bunch of carrots, maybe a little, those little single packs of hummus, and grab that and put that into your purse or bag or whatever you may have. That's really a great way to make sure that you're getting your vegetables in. The other thing too at home that I want you to kind of think about is it's really important to make your space at home, you know, that's something that's supporting your journey through this. So even if somebody brings over foods like cakes or cookies or cupcakes, or maybe one of your kids had an event at school and there's food that he brings home or something, it's really, really important to have all those foods be put into containers, and maybe even not even clear containers, but containers that you can't really see what it is, and then just put it up in the cupboard so that when you open that door, you're not always seeing these delicious cupcakes staring at you. That makes it a lot easier to just not even be tempted by those things. So make your kitchen counter, maybe set your Juice Plus. I know for our family, the Juice Plus out in the kitchen is really important because it reminds us every day of taking it, even though my kids will remind me because they love their gummies so much. But that way you can get in the habit of just getting that Juice Plus in the morning and being, you know, done with it for the day is really great. But then also having maybe a fresh fruit basket if you want, out on the table. But besides that, it should feel very clean and you don't have all of this food. I know a lot of people think it's really great to have those clear canisters with like different types of cookies and, you know, dried fruits and all this stuff, but then you're really tempted to start snacking. So I would just encourage you to keep your kitchen space pretty clean, and that goes along with work as well. I know sometimes people have these back rooms where they keep a lot of donuts and bagels and a lot of different foods back there, and so maybe that's something to think about, is maybe not going back there, having your own snacks right by your, you know, office right there, so you don't even have to go back to that room and be tempted. So think about some of those things as well. So best to you. Good luck. You're strong. This is going to be worth it. You're going to feel so amazing and wonderful and have more energy than you ever thought you could. And that's the best part of this process and this journey. So I wish you luck.
Doug? Awesome. So yeah, I moved from being hangry to being nourished. I used to live on a blood sugar roller coaster, just up and down. And Kylie, my daughter, she's on here. She'll tell you back in the day, she remembers mom getting hangry. But now I know how to keep those blood sugars nice and stable. And of course, our complete shake is awesome for that. Although for me, this go round, I'm actually not going to be participating with those because I have been adapting this to a keto lifestyle. And so I know that that may not be everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. There's all kinds of different ways of eating that, you know, with 8 billion people on the planet, there's no possible way that there's one right way for everyone. That's the beautiful thing though about our Juice Plus Essentials. Our capsules are good for everyone. All of us need more fruits and veggies. And so that's my huge foundation, is making sure that I'm getting those fruits and veggies with my capsules and then incorporating in fruits and veggies as much as possible throughout my day. And that's, again, one of our key focuses, right? What about for you guys? Like, what is it that's most important to you? The other focus for me this go round is sleep. I see someone has improved sleep in here in the chat, right? So sleep is massive. Sleep is when we repair ourselves. So all of the damage that's happening, we're being bombarded all day long by free radicals, right? And so Juice Plus is amazing for that because it has antioxidants to help neutralize those free radicals. But sleep is when really our body goes through that cycle of cleaning things out and clearing things out. So if you're not getting into that deep delta wave sleep, you're not going to be able to heal. So it's super important to get great sleep. So my focus, I've been sharing this on my social media this week, is I've already got a great space, but I still have some light. So I'm going to be wearing my sleep mask that Sharon hooked me up with a couple years ago. And then I had gotten into the habit of falling asleep with the TV on, right? And so now we're shifting that out and bringing in some soothing music. If you look on YouTube, there's cool spots, cool binaural beats. Kylie hooked me up with binaural beats. See what I was saying about the community and how we all support each other. So that's really great for helping you get into that delta wave deep sleep. So some food for thought there. Who's willing to share? Who will? Deborah, can I call on you? What do you want to focus on this go round?
I'm focusing on what I'm calling intentional movement, increasing my intentional movement. I move for work. What I do is, very physical, but it stops and starts. So the temperature's supposed to be down below 3 digits this next week. So I'm looking at getting out in the mornings early and doing some power walking, 4 or 5 times this next shred, 4 or 5 times in the first week, and then, carrying that on as the temperatures continue to go down by small increments.
Awesome. All right, buddy, I got you. 4 or 5 intentional movement days. I'll check in with you on that later this week. Sharon, how about you?
Yes, I am going to eat more fruits and vegetables. I want to show, if we have time, I have a salad in a jar set up behind me because we just had an event. So I could show how to make salad in a jar for people. I think preparation is definitely the key for the shred. And Doug and I like to call the shred, or anytime we go on like a real regimented thing, we like to do soups because a lot of soups are healthy. salads, and smoothies. And smoothies are definitely part of the shred anyway. We do 1 to 2 of those a day, and sometimes make a smoothie bowl. I love our shake, the complete shake. I have just so happens I have a brochure here because we had an event. This is a great mix of protein and complex carbohydrates and plant-based fiber, and you want to increase your plants as much as possible. And so anyway, but I wanted to show you that really the key for the shred, and this my laptop might run out, is to have as many fruits and vegetables as possible. Now, this was just a quick salad in a jar I told people they could make on their way out. So you would put dressing in the bottom or not, you don't have to. And then you just start putting toppings, like this is red cabbage. Like I would not eat red cabbage unless it was in a salad, right? Unless I was making a certain thing. So you layer, so there would be dressing, then red cabbage. I have some carrots. And so you're getting lots more fruits and vegetables and fiber. So I got some carrots there, some tomatoes, just so happens to be in my office here, this setup, it's funny. So I got some tomatoes, and then we start working on some protein. Well, I also got some cranberries. Those are kind of fruits, I guess. Dried cranberries. And then you want to work on some proteins. So we have chickpeas, garbanzo beans, and we have quinoa. Quinoa is very good. Oops, you can't see that. For protein, and I used broth. I used that jar that's called like Better Than, what is it called? Better Than
Bouillon.
Right, I did the veggie type. So you could do that. Then I have some sprouts here and some seeds right here. And then you top it off. I'm hoping my computer doesn't run out. You top it off with lettuce, and we had a bunch of lettuce in the tower garden. So there you go. That's how quickly you can plan and make your own little salad in jars so that you're ready for when you're really hungry. And if you just make sure you either make some really good dressing that you like, or you have some, or some oil and vinegar and some spices, then that could be a way to get a lot more fiber, a lot more vegetables. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice. Yeah, and you can make several of those and have your grab and go lunch for the whole week. So how long is that what you find they keep for, is like a week?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Some people go 8 days. I wouldn't, you know. So yeah, it's pretty good because you kind of, seal it off with the lid and they'll last
Right.
for a while.
I'm shaking my little vinaigrette here.
And then we make those, like the lady said on the video, some protein bites using our smoothie mix. Just planning ahead. We've got even booklets that we can send you. What is it called? Taste of Shred has some recipes in there. So ask for the booklet or see it in our group. Okay.
Awesome. One thing that I love to prep, I'm going to grab it out of the fridge here. Actually have it all ready to go. This is some chia seed pudding, so I will eat off of this for a couple of days. I like to put on top of that wild blueberries. They're frozen in the freezer section because those are really, really high in antioxidants. Blueberries are awesome in terms of antioxidants to begin with, but those are like on steroids. I get this kind of coconut milk, so that's how that is dairy free. It's coconut milk, and I like this one because it doesn't have any BPA in the cans. So another thing I do sometimes, not right now because I'm avoiding the carbs, but if you're into that, then this is a great granola to put on top, and it's got hemp hulls in it, so it makes it really high in protein as well, and some more blueberries. Water gets a little boring, right? So this is something I make sure to have on hand, is some Spindrift. Spindrift is awesome because it's only got a little bit of actual fruit in there, and no sweeteners. If you want a sweetener, you could always add in some stevia drops. That's another thing I have on hand, is I like to have coffee or tea in the mornings these days. And so I grabbed some peppermint tea. So I've got lots of decaf options. And again, you can grab stevia drops. This is one of the easiest ways to get a little sweet in there, or just, you know, I've gotten to the point where I don't even need the sweet anymore. So Deborah, what's one of your favorite swaps? What do you like? What else do you like to prep out? Come off mute.
Thank you. I like to make a soup base, a vegetable soup base, and then have chopped vegetables, kind of like building a salad. Have chopped vegetables ready in small containers, and then heat up the broth and toss the veggies in, so that they are still colorful and fresh and full of vitamins and minerals, and have that usually toward the end of my day, you know, like just before 6 o'clock or between 6 and 7.
Awesome.
Mhm.
That sounds great. Sounds like that way you still have a really nice, because you know how soup is like better a couple of days later, but yet you've still got the fresh stuff in there too. So it's the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
Very cool. All right. So I hope that by now everybody has in mind what you're committed to, what your focus is. If you want to drop what your focus is in the chat, would love to be able to know more about that so we can make sure we're supporting you. And hopefully everyone's in the Facebook Simple Changes to Better Health group. We can all keep each other encouraged and motivated and inspired there. And Doug, Sharon, anything else you want to add in? Doug, you're exercising daily. All right. Go, Doug.
Yeah, I've gone a little here and there on my exercise. So even if it's just basic walking, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. So and of course, Sharon and I, like we said, we're doing the soup salad smoothies, and it's gonna be great. Another great swap I would tell people, because you know, if you decide not to do gluten, just using, like, if you never tried them, there's so many good pastas out there, whether it's brown rice pasta or edamame pasta. I mean, they're all over the place. Even, I mean, tons. And they're so good. At Aldi's, they have these black noodles that are so good. I forget what they're made out of. Black lentils, maybe, or something. I don't know. But they're really, really good. So if you're jonesing for some spaghetti or something hearty during the shred, that's a good one.
Nice.
But thanks.
Did you mention zucchini noodles?
I did not.
Those are good. You can make your own spirals. There's like a little spiralizer thing that you can make zucchini noodles, and then you're not having any type of pasta, but it's really good.
Yeah, I love to do that. I love to do spaghetti squash. That's an awesome way to just totally amp up your veggie intake, because you're substituting that in instead of doing the pasta. Yeah, awesome. All right, gang. So yeah, we'll see you in the Simple Changes group. And if you don't have what you need to the supplies, like we talked about, the complete shakes and the Juice Plus capsules, don't worry, just do everything that you can, and then get with the person who invited you here tonight, and they'll make sure to get you set up with those other pieces that really supercharge this shred it phase. And then, you know, as we come toward the end, you'll see we got a couple other Zooms lined up for these 10 days. You can start looking at what do you want to keep adapting later on down the road. And that is what helps keep it all sustainable. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Great to be with you.
Thanks. Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Good
Sony.
night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, guys.